Hey vinyl community, lovers and enthusiasts of all things vinyl. My name is Timothy Capetto and this is my introduction to the vinyl community, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much for all of you who've been making videos and sharing about your passion for vinyl. I am a very new person to this whole vinyl game. I am excited to be finally part of the online YouTube vinyl community. I've been thinking about this. I watched another guy's video today where he was talking about his hesitation for a while to get on here and actually talk about vinyl. And I've definitely been one of those people, but I'm finally stepping out and actually talking about my passion for vinyl, even though I haven't been collecting for very long. As of right now, I have about 51 records that I've bought in the span of started on February 2017, so this year. So if you're looking at this video at any time in the future, you guys will know exactly when I started collecting. But it's been an amazing journey so far, an amazing addiction, if you will. I really have just, in the sense, fallen back in love with music. I used to, for years and years, my teenage years, early teenage years, up until my early 20s, I was collecting CDs, and up until that point, then I just started to, I should say, collecting CDs. Then I slowly started getting into MP3s, like a lot of people did with their getting their iPods and then into iPhones and Android devices. And for years now, I've just been doing that. And somewhere in translation, I felt like something got lost. And I realized when I started actually wanting to collect vinyl, I realized what was missing. I was missing, just like a lot of people talk about, the actual physical aspect of feeling a physical product. I'm someone that works in sales at my job, and it's always about that physical product, sending somebody home with something tangible, and there's something to be said about that, which a lot of you that I've watched have talked about. And so my journey started, like I said, in February of this year of 2017, but the initial thoughts and coming together of wanting to collect vinyl has been about a 2-year endeavor. I off and on over the years have looked at different record players, mostly the Crosley, so I have been very guilty of I almost bought one of those things, but thanks to a lot of your guys' help, I ended up getting a different record player from Audio Technica, which I'm really happy with. Again, for any of you guys out there that may watch this video that are people that collect vinyl that do have Crosleys, sorry if I offended you in any way. I'm not trying to do that. But the Audio Technica player ended up being what I ended up getting. Oddly enough, my vinyl obsession did not begin by visiting a local record store. To be completely honest, I didn't even know in my town, which is really sad. It's not a very small town, but it's not a very big town either. I didn't know there was a record shop. We have a great record shop here where I live in Colorado called Triple Play Records, which is an amazing shop, and the owners and the staff there are very friendly and amazing. But my beginnings in February, when I walked into a Barnes & Noble's, of all places, and this is how long I've been away looking at a Barnes & Noble's. I had no idea Barnes & Noble's had vinyl. So you're thinking, where have you been? Barnes & Noble's has been selling vinyl for a long time now, but I didn't know that. So I basically went into Barnes & Noble's, went with my girlfriend. I wasn't even thinking about vinyl or record players or anything. Just walked in there, was like, let's just go hang out at a place that's really relaxing. And went in there, came upon a section of the store, and I saw that they had vinyl records. I was like, interesting. I didn't realize that this would be a place where they'd sell vinyl. So I started flipping through, and I ended up finding this record right here, which I'm sure some of you guys have this album. It's a great album. It's the Rolling Stones' Blue and Lonesome, and I freaked out. I flipped my lid because I gave this album as a gift to my dad as an MP3 download, and I was going to get it eventually, but I knew that when I was thinking about this originally, about this album, I was like, this is an album, just hearing some of the previews and different things like that, this is an album that I think would be great on vinyl. Like I said, off and on since probably 2000 and will have been in 2015 or so. Last couple of years, I've just been toying with the fact, I really like to try vinyl. And I'm 31 years old, and up until this year, I have never, ever heard of vinyl. And it's crazy, right? So I basically, that day at Barnes & Noble's, ended up getting this record, and I got my Audio-Technica player, record player, and that started my journey. And here we are in the beginning of May, and I've already got about 51 records. I'm sure there's somebody out there in the vinyl community that can chime in and say, by the time I was like so many months in, that time I had over 100 or 200. I met a girl at a Skillet concert back in March that she had been collecting for about 6 months, and she at that time already had about double of the records that I already had, which wasn't very many at that point anyway. But anyway, this, like I said, was my first record. And again, like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys have this record. If not, you need to pick it up. It has a lot of great cover songs that they've taken from blues, and I'm a big fan of the blues. B.B. King, I've got a B.B. King record down here. I would like to get a lot more blues records from a lot of the greats. But let me actually open this up for you really quick so you can see this, in case some of you have never seen this completed before. It's got a great shot of the band there. Really great shot of the band there. This record sounds great, and actually this is what fully sold me. I was going into this kind of blind, like I don't know what I'm getting myself into here. Buying a record player, buying a record that I know a little bit about. And I'll be the first to admit there's a lot of bands that I know the names of, but I don't really know a lot of their music. And maybe some of the hits and stuff. So like I said, I'm a noob when it comes to vinyl collecting. But some of my favorite tracks on here, one of them is, let's see where it's at, I Can't Quit You Baby. That's the last song on side D. I really like that track a lot. Wonderful track. All of Your Love is another great track. All these, I really honestly like almost all these tracks on here, pretty much all of them. The Rolling Stones really capture what it means to have the blues. But let me actually show you the back. There's the back there. You can see all the songs. And what's really cool, what I really liked about this album was that not only do they have the gatefold there with the pictures in there, but then they also had the pictures of the band, and here's the name of the songs on that side. But yeah, like I was saying, this really opened my eyes. I finally understood why so many people are passionate and love vinyl, and they just really made such a big deal about it. I heard what a lot of people call the warmth. I can definitely feel that and hear that. And that's what actually ended up selling me on this record, was how warm it sounded and how alive it sounded. I think that's another great way to describe vinyl, is that a lot of the vinyl that I've already purchased, there's been sometimes where the vocal is just really up front. A great example is that something I listened to recently, which I'll talk about probably in one of my other videos if you guys like, is John Mayer's album Born and Raised, which in my opinion is one of the best albums of his career. But that album specifically, the vocals were just super present. The acoustic guitars were really warm. I literally felt like, I get this feeling with a lot of albums though, and I got it with this one too. I felt like the Rolling Stones were in the room with me, which I get with a lot of these records. And it's just been an exciting adventure. I've gone to a few record events where I've gotten some records for like under $1 or around $5, things like that. I went to the 2017 Record Store Day. Didn't get up early and necessarily go in there and get to do that part of the experience. I had to wait till I got off work, which thankfully I got off early that day. So all in all, though, I don't know if I'm truly through the camera showing you my joy and my love for vinyl, but I hope as you guys see a lot of these videos, you will see that I am just as much passionate about vinyl as a lot of you that have already been collecting for several years. I can't wait to see it grow. I don't know how many records I'm going to have by the end of the year. That's the thing. I already have a record on pre-order, and that's the thing too. It is an addiction, folks, as many as you know. I have one record that's already on pre-order. I've got 2 more that are on the way that I bought from a website. It's in full swing, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you all very much for tuning into this video. If you made it through this video, congratulations. Hopefully you find what I had to say interesting. But anyway, guys, thanks, and keep spinning that wax, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.